World Matchplay final 2006. We've had a magnificent week in Blackpool. It rained once, that's all, this afternoon. Nobody's bothered because up here on stage tonight are two terrific dart players. Taylor, 13 times the world champion, looking for his 8th title here at Blackpool against James Wade. Something of a rookie in comparison, but a man who's had a magnificent week and for much of this match looked a possible winner. But Taylor's turned it round. And how, Sydney? I have to say that James Wade probably hasn't thrown as well since I sat down in this seat than he had been doing earlier. There's no connection, of course, but he was throwing very, very assuredly earlier.
Certainly was. But the middle passage of this game has definitely been the power of Taylor. Rarely dipping below 100. Taking beds like this almost at will. Beautiful lateral shot along it. He normally stacks. And that incredible accuracy in more than one plane is really going to do for this lad here. Taylor has showed some exquisite shooting in the last 7 legs. Oh, lost the line there.
78.
In fact, you remember when I sat down, I said the feature of this game is that the two players are having difficulty breaking the other player's throw. Since when? And having just been broken, James Wade has only held his throw once as Taylor has taken control of the contest.
So Phil needs 3 more legs to sew it up. Oh, this is incredible. This is what's called understacking. 3 or 4 years ago, he tried this in several tournaments.
125.
It's almost aerodynamically impossible to make a dart come up again after it started. It's dipped. But he could if he worked on it. James has had too many of that blocker dart, and I picked that up earlier. And he then pauses. He seems to short-circuit his own rhythm.
58.
Yes, ideally for him, the dart has got to be, other than in the treble, just above it rather than just beneath it, as Taylor wants 57, 17 for tops. He was intending that for treble 13, but here we go, tops for 16-10 and 2 legs away from the title.
Oh, that's even worse news for James. It's in the exact bottom of the bed. It's the perfect dart. Just watch it. Just watch it. He was flinging like that against Andy Hamilton of Stoke last night. He could hit the eye of a midgie at 25 paces, could Taylor.
And then get the midgie to turn around and hit the other one.
His face is twisted with tension and determination.
100.
Well, we've got clowns, we've got nuns, we've got chickens, we've got an audience full of all sorts of funny folk, but all of them minds firmly concentrated on this final, and well, that's unlucky. Yes, off the dart rather than off the board, Sid, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2 old commentary bats in this belt. Comes for the cover, which really lets him down the treble. You know, Perla of a 3rd dart.
Yes, that's where the hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of practice come in, you know. Picking off that treble 19 from throwing upstairs brilliantly. Wade is in with a chance here. Got to win this leg. He hasn't held his throw since the 17th leg, and this is the 27th. That tells its own story, doesn't it?
Rare miss on the green bit. 18. Oh, a blob, a colossal blob.
Well, even if he did single 20, they wanted 165, so it technically hasn't dropped him. But Wade making sure that he can move within 5 legs of Taylor, and that's a lot, isn't it? But it's 1 fewer than 6, Sid.
Chance the other.
James, you require 41.
Pretty good one tops. 2.19's mistake, but and he blocks the bed. Now this is very difficult to go around that blocker. Oh, look at that! Well, Sheriff Class Taylor, a thin-lipped nod of appreciation.
Oh, there we are. He didn't intend the treble one, did he? It was one tops, but did recover superbly. But now he can stand back and perhaps watch again as Taylor throwing first. Kicks off with a ton 40.
Some hair-raising insights in that audience. You need a barrel to collect their dandruff, John.
60.
Yes.
Taylor 2 away from his 8th World Matchplay title. So they'll be dancing and eating nutcakes in the saggers. Oh, this is magic. Here's the cover again.
139.
Just south of the cover.
Only just. But puts him 219 ahead. Puts pressure on Wade. Well, he picks out the treble 19 as well. There's a smile on his face, which is nice to see.
It's that dart that blocks the 60 that's done for Wade in his scoring phases. The magic scoring that did, particularly for Chris Mason, has not been there tonight. He's averaging a mere 89.5.
Yes, exactly 10 points between them in the averages, and that is now reflected in the score, in fairness, as Taylor has to a certain extent turned the screw. He hasn't improved his average as significantly as he did last night, but he's taken advantage of Wade's dip in form.
Correct.
96.
Taylor's worst average this tournament has been 95.5. Yes, Jim needs bags of this. Lovely! Bit late in the day, but lovely. Here we go then. Power's eyes gimleted to take him to one leg away from the title. He misses the 60. He wants fat 16. He's got a clear route to the double 16.
Again, Sid, that